take a moment to recognize one of my mentors, and I'm sure a mentor to many of you. I know a mentor of Scott, and Robert Rubin's dad, Joe Rubin. He passed away a few weeks ago at 93. I never met this guy face to face. We just talked on the phone for about 3 years. Every time I talked to him, I got like just an absolute gem of wisdom. It might be about life, it might be about business. He is truly, I've known a lot of people, he is truly one of the wisest, calmest, smartest, most amazing men that I've ever known. So, Joe Rubin, Godspeed. Now let's get happy. So Victor, you know, he's the guy, I describe you, Victor, as, this is the guy that gives a stone to the Pope. He's got chutzpah. He cuts these amazing stones. And they're not just like, look at this cool stone, but it's almost like his brain is connected to all these data points in the universe. And he somehow pulls that all in and puts it into the stone. And it was awesome. Last year we had to go to FedEx together. So I felt so lucky to be in my car and just hang out with this, like it was like driving around with Elvis, you know? Like, oh, Elvis has got a flat tire. How cool. You know, and I really felt lucky. And he's so friendly and personable. And so when I asked him to do this, and of course to be our finale, because you always say the best for last, he said, yeah, sure, Abe. Just like that. And he's busy. He's been all around town presenting. So this is really a treat for the United States Fasteners Guild and the Old Rebel Lapidary Club to host Victor Tuzlukov and his World Heritage Collection. Take it away.
Actually, I'm very happy to be here now. Now it's my 15th times here in Tucson. First time I was in 2007. I met fantastic faceters here, which is supposed to be my teacher, like Art Cohen, like Bob Keller, like Stephen Tuzlukov, Jeff Ford, and others. And I developed my skills continuously. My English is not so perfect as my Facetting. But Google helped me, and I made translation of my lecture and tried it. I hope you will understand everything. So, the World Heritage. When this collection was complete, it was done as a full circle of stones, which doesn't contain the first and the last. I didn't consider any range of order. Therefore, even the appearance of the priority of some cultures over the others was not created. In this sense, they are all equally significant, just as every brick in the wall or all the elements in a mosaic. At the same time, it doesn't even matter whether this culture or civilization exists now or only in memory, and some artifacts remain from it, material or spiritual. All of them are parts of a single whole, part of our world history, part of our knowledge. But it was necessary to start with something, and I started with China. Strictly speaking, when I was working on Chinese stone, there was no World Heritage project yet, no name, no even idea. There was Indian stone design, you know that, by, no, it's by Bob Keller, a friend of mine from Arizona, from Tucson. As a rule, his designs are simple, concise, and at the same time very beautiful. Two of his most famous designs, like Bola Spider and Cleopatra Eyes, I'm sure you know this, have long lived their own lives and still inspired many cutters and designers. Bob's yin yang was represented by symbol of 32 facets on crown and brilliant cut on pavilion. Then in 2018, I haven't thought about World Heritage. My design contained 60 facets on yin yang symbol here. In the rays of the rising sun. This is this flower, this rays. I especially take pink color. The idea crystallized in the text of Tibetan stone. Organic continues the idea. Here, again, we are talking about beauty, but about its other hypostasis, as a great protective potential, shown in the Hindu Trinity by God Vishnu and his female hypostasis Lakshmi. Beauty is the way of preservation, and it's precisely the problem of protecting cultural values that appears before us, and the stone fragility of the eternal dedicated to France. The reason for teaching. Among his work is a drawing of Rotonda of Santa Maria delle Angeles. Which is in his native Florence, and penetrating each color, and in one stone dedicated to Spain. It's called the Crossroad of Civilization. Two wonderful monuments in two unique cities are connected. Opens a small set of 4 stones dedicated to civilization of the past. What is the first thing what comes to mind when we hear about Persia? Of course, the tales of 1001 Nights. It is immortal literature. Stone is also remarkable in that it can be on the crown we see 220 12-ray star shines from ancient Egypt. You can see picture of Akhenaton tomb. 3 tiers of arches covering the crown of the stone reproduce the 3-story colonnade of the Colosseum, where blood flows. It is the heart, a symbol of compassion and self-sacrifice, and readiness to protect and help. That comes to mind when I think about Russian culture. The basis of this is deep awareness of the Orthodox faith given to us by our ancestors. It is object of art, where a cut stone serves us the same means of expressing the author's idea, like instrument and notes for musician, the paint and canvas for artists.
So, if you could give any advice to yourself when you first started, what would you say?
When we teach faceters, I said them, to become the master, you should pass 3 stages. First of all, you should overcome your fear before machine, before stone. Second stage, you should overcome your unsure. At one moment, you will see that everything is possible for you, but each stone is your teacher, and each stone give something to your education. After that, you should overcome yourself. Usually, master working on the stone try to express his selfishness, his own. You should listen to the stone and try to review his beauty. You should understand what stone wants, how it wants to be presented. And of course, you need good technique. You need to strive to perfection. In Munich, I had a meeting with Swiss cutters. All respect, man. They asked me how you can do it. I said, oh, it's quite simple. I just cut facets and polish. They said, yes, we understand, but how? And again, cut and polish. But to be serious, I said, all of you are more experienced than me, more professional than me. Just one difference. I'm not afraid to set impossible task. Each next stone seems to be impossible for me. But I should cut it. And after that, limits of possible expanding. You remember Tibetan stone, mandala? One of my customers asked me, initially it was about 32 millimeters. She asked me to cut small size for the ring. I said, 722 facets. Small size, it's impossible. She said, please try. I tried. And before I cut 4 or 5 same designs. Each of them contains some small errors. 1, 2, 3. But there are 18 millimeters. No any errors. Perfect. And I realized that most of limits are in our mind. And tomorrow, if somebody asks me to cut Notre Dame small size, I will say, oh, it's impossible. I can sit and cut. Yes.
Victor, as a photographer, I must mention that, of course, it's very difficult to photograph gems, as we all know. It's difficult to do that, but I must also compliment you on the beautiful presentation of these images of the stones. Can you comment a little about the photography and how that was accomplished for you?
Yes. It was very difficult for me to find the right photographer.
Yeah. Thank you.
But when I found them, I had no problem with that. I don't know how they do it. Only one photo from this series was mine. Because I had no time to give story to photographer. But I'm very strict in this matter. Yes.
You cut many countries here.
Yes.
Do you have plans to add more as you go through the future?
No, at some moment I feel that I need to stop. And it's impossible to cover everything. It's more than life of one people.
Thank you.
Obviously, the frosted facet outlines are very tiny, very precise. What grit lap, what process did you use to create those frosted lines?
After polish, I use 500 hyper edge lap.
Really?
It's perfect. It's
Wet or dry?
A little wet. Little bit.
Those are wonderful laps.
One slowest speed. Sometimes hand by hand. Sure.
Awesome.
This wasn't really the project yet. And I find that art is just like that you rarely end where you thought you were at the beginning. But give us a window into, like, I I look at that and my brain just literally goes, and I know cut and polish, I know. But
Mathematics meets art.
not just that, but the inspiration, like, do you wake up in the morning and like you had a dream, or I just want to window into your brain to see how are you looking at things and then making that, man.
I understand what you mean. In Russia, I'm a member of Union of Artists and Writers. I have a literature award in Russia, so I'm a writer as well. And I always have something to say people. No matter by what, by stone, by word, by music. If you are real artist, you can choose any instrument to express your idea. But I'm also very strict in art definition, because sometimes we see perfectly carved sculpture. For example, mouse. Each hair can be visible, but it's just mouse. No any association, no emotions, just beautiful mouse. That's it. I think it's not art. It's highest level of craftsmanship. But art should raise emotions inside, association, and it should carry idea. I know that already a few cutters follow this way and develop this way. It's very good. It means your art is appears. Yes, and
You had wanted to get stones from each country to cut the country's stone in, where it's only possible in cubic zirconium.
in this collection which I have here, 4 stones from natural material. Quartz, topaz, 2 topazes and 2 quartzes. Egypt was made from smoky quartz, blind smoky quartz.
But it didn't come from Egypt, the smoky quartz. It would, how much more difficult would it have been to match them? Would it have been possible?
It's quite difficult, even by colors, because stones are quite big, more than 30 millimeters. For example, it's very difficult to find blue material. Roughly cut, and fine cutting, pre-polish, and polish. First, depends on size and condition of rod. Mostly I used 260 or 600. Then, fine cutting, always cut the edge, 500 or 1000. Usually 500. It's my favorite one. Pre-polish, sometimes copper with 8000 diamonds, diamond spray. I use 1000 diamond spray, contains everything inside, only products. And polish on BATT, 100,000. Design depends on the size. The most long time stone I cut about 6 months. But it was 3,000 hair and it was kunzite. You understand? Kunzite could cut not coarser than 6 months. But imagine, initially that crystal was about 2 kilos. To cut 2 kilos by 600, it's quite difficult. It took a long time, 6 months. Another aspect, if I cut many facets, imagine, one of stones I cut had 3,600 facets. Even if I spend 10 minutes to each facet, including 4 stages, 10 minutes, you can easily calculate how many hours. I cut this stone more than 2 months. and it's also
And
used
there
as the
are
most
thousands
faceted
of
stone. And interesting, that Tucson I mentioned before was included into Guinness Book as the largest faceted specimen. Before, the largest faceted specimen was cut by Johnson and Hess in 1959, and it has 1,800 carats, and now it's in Ontario Museum in Toronto. It's own way, and if people ask me to share my diagrams, I don't want to how to say, I want to let people to create by themselves.
Thank you.
Not repeat. It's not interesting to repeat already created.
Good.
And another thing, if you can cut the same diagram as me, you definitely create your own diagram. It will be not interesting to you.
No. The thought process behind like how you lay out this, these are going to be the angles, this is going to be.
I draw it on the paper, then put on the screen of computer and use jump cut. Sometimes I use rules to join one point and another point. It's an honor and great pleasure for me to be here and to share with you my knowledge.
This was some early work.